Welcome back, guys. Leland here, bringing you another update on the cryptocurrency markets. Today, we're really going to be focusing on Bitcoin and what is happening within the price action. I don't want to talk about the Fed increasing rates. I don't want to be talking about the potential war that could happen, but strictly focus on the facts within the charts using our patterns, our indicators to see, and maybe, just maybe, it could give us an edge in the markets. If that sounds good for you, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button and let's jump in. But before we do that, guys, have you always wanted to mine Bitcoin, get into cryptocurrency mining, earning a passive income monthly? Come check this out. Come check out my website. Link will be down below. It's coloradominingcompanies.com. What we are doing is we're going to be submerging all of our ASIC miners in mineral oil so that we are able to increase the hash rates of those miners, overwork them. The mineral oil is 1,000 times more efficient in cooling than air cooling, and this is what's going to be separating us from a lot of different mining companies out there. We have a really great partnership agreement, a 25 mandatory percent reinvestment clause every single month that goes back in so that you can exponentially grow your assets over time. If you're interested, come check it out. It's really interesting. I think you really like this partnership that we got. You're gonna really like it. It's a really good, that's a terrible impression. What are you doing? It's fantastic. It's gonna be the biggest thing ever. No, but seriously, if you are interested, come over to join our partnership. Click on that. Give me your name, tell me where you came from, blah, 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 and we will reach out to you. So, okay, anyways, let's go over to Bitcoin. So, the market's not looking too hot to me personally right now. And really what I'm looking for is when we have a drop like this, I'm looking for some retracement level areas. So you guys know, we take a Fibonacci retracement and we go down to swing high to swing low, and then we can see kind of like a recovery zone and where we need to get through in order to be bullish and blah, blah, blah. Well, same is normal for the vice versa, right? So backwards, we can take it from the swing low to the swing high, and you can see currently right now, we do have some wicks that went down to the 886. This isn't really that great, guys. An area that we want to see a bounce or that we want to hold within a Fibonacci sequence is the 618. That's really the area that you want to hold, right? Just like the inverse, if I were to flip it around, that's the area that you want to get above. This looks great, but flip it upside down. Oops, there goes reality. You can see that we're dropping below that, and that doesn't look too good to me, especially when we're below the 21 EMA. And by the way, this is on the weekly, guys. If we were to take a step back and look at what happened throughout the bull markets, throughout the cycles, you can see back here in 2017, we held that 21 EMA the entire way up, and when we started dropping down below it, we held it as resistance, which put us in this about 2-year long bear markets. Okay, so one of the things I'm looking at right now is, one, can we get it back above that 786 and potentially go up and test that 618? I can tell you right now, that's probably going to happen. But one thing that I am expecting is I think that we're going to be getting rejection up at this area. A lot of people thinking maybe we could get back above it, but I just personally don't think that we're going to break it this time. I hate to break it to you, or give you my opinion. And I know a lot of people are probably like, well, Leland, you said you were bullish last week. I was, until we took that other drop and we took this next leg down that wasn't good. We were holding the 618, not too bad, doing pretty good, back here, but we came back and technically have not closed below this 786. It is possible if we can close this week out in about a day and an hour, or 2 days and 1 hour left. I want to see Bitcoin close above $38,000. So I think that could happen. Sure. I think we could definitely, start to retrace and possibly even come back up and touch that, the 618. And that's probably going to be running in with this, 21-day moving average as it starts to kind of curve out as the price action's moving up. So a lot of resistance that we're going to be getting into. But the fact that we've dropped below the 618 and we went down and touched the 786, that doesn't look too good to me. So there's a few things that I'm going to be looking for, getting back that 21, getting back above the 21-day moving average, and also seeing where we're going to be on the Fibonacci sequences. Not only that, guys, but when I'm looking at the RSI as well, you can see we have this hidden bearish divergence. It's not really good. We hit this peak over here around 95 on the RSI, while Bitcoin was topping out at $41,000. I know you guys remember that little scenario that happened back here, but ever since then, our strength has been weakening, showing us some kind of bearish trend. In the past 3 months, we've been in a downtrend. That downtrend is actually within a very perfect, concise parallel channel, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. Some things on the short term to be looking for within Bitcoin. Let's move it right there. Pull up a parallel channel, and we're going to go from about to about right about there, holding up really nicely. You can see all the supports, all of the, and that's a lot of data. I wish I had a kind of a bigger screen here for you guys, but yeah, you can see that. But you can see holding this, this top line is resistance, resistance, resistance. And then also on the bottoms, guys, the support, the support, the support. This recent drop went down and touched that support as well. Looks like we're fighting to try to get back above that median. As you can see back here, it was support, support, and then get below it. Then it was resistance, and then support, resistance, support, support. Look at all this resistance throughout here. Boom, boom, boom. So line holding up really well. If we can get back above this, I think we can see Bitcoin coming up possibly to the $40,000 area. Not too much of a change from where we are right now. We're talking like maybe 8%, 9%, but nevertheless, still a decent trade if you were looking at some other altcoins and possibly being speculative about those moving up. But one thing that I want to see if we're going to try to become more bullish about this whole scenario is we definitely have to break out of this channel. Definitely have to break out that $40,000 area, retest it, and then take out this previous high. Taking out this previous high is going to be really key, guys. But remember, that's at that $44,000 area where that 21-day moving average is, where the 618 is on the retracement. So a lot of things not looking too good. Okay, more of a further back kind of view. Go to a weekly, and we take a look at the averages. Whoopsies. And you know what? I kind of want to show you guys, and I don't think it's pulled up here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the logarithmic growth curves of Bitcoin. I don't have it saved. So I'll teach you. If you don't know how to do this, I'll go ahead and teach you right now. You're going to want to go over to indicators, and you're going to pull up the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curves. You're going to pull that bad boy up. Looks very similar to this. Mine's a little different from your guys's. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to come down here, and I'll do it really quickly because this is really kind of, you're going to take away all of the different Fibonacci levels, but you're going to leave the 0, the 50, and the 100%. And then let's go ahead and let's change that to about green. Let's change this to about yellow, and this one's going to go to green as well. That looks fine. You can see throughout Bitcoin's entire history on this chart here, going all the way back to 2010, where we're using the supports and the resistances. This is just strictly math, guys. This is all math. You can see we're coming in really close to this support line that we've been hugging this entire time, minus the liquidity crisis, right? This was an anomaly. This was not something natural within the markets by any means. And it didn't just happen with Bitcoin, guys. This was every market across the world, right? That thing moved in. I don't want to talk about it, and because I don't want to be flagged. But one thing that I think possibly that we could see here with Bitcoin is coming down and touching that again. I don't think it's very far-fetched to see a $25,000 Bitcoin, or maybe even a $20,000 Bitcoin. Am I upset at that point? No, guys, because we've been accumulating all throughout Bitcoin's history. And if you hold Bitcoin at any point in the past, within the past 10 years, you're in profit, guys. I just simply want to show you the facts of what's happening in the chart. So we came up to the median. We did not close above it, and it was acting resistance twice. And then we had some news come out with the Fed. Not going to talk about it. But the facts currently in the chart right now are saying that we are possibly going to be catching this support. I don't think we're going to be going any lower than... And now it's possible we could definitely wick down into this area, but I'm thinking $27,000 is probably the lowest that we could go over here. If the S&P crashes, that's going to be a totally different story. It's going to be the same thing back here with the liquidity crisis, right? So that's one thing that I want you guys to look for, but that possible bounce, we could hug this line just like how we did back here throughout the bear market in 2019, 2020-ish area. It's very possible for us to just kind of go into this kind of bearish state where we just kind of hold this support for the next year into 2023. Personally, I don't think we're going to see new all-time highs in 2022. I just don't. I think we've already topped out. We could look at the pi cycle, and the pi cycle says back here was the cross that we needed, or it was the cross between the 111 and 300 and what is it, 333-day moving average or something like that. They divide the two. They try to get the closest to pi as possible, 3.14. And this is all math. It's programmable money, guys. So That's one thing to be looking for. To see a huge jump come out of nowhere, I just don't see that happening, guys. I really just don't. But you never know. It is crypto, and I could be totally wrong. I kind of hope I'm right that we go into a bear market, and people are like, "Oh my God, Leland, don't say that. That hurts. Don't talk about that." But the best times to be acquiring coin is throughout that entire bear market. So if we know that we've gone up to 69,000, we know we can get to 100,000, $1 million coin for Bitcoin, I want to try to pick up as much as I can while it's still on the cheap, on the low, right? So I want to mine throughout these areas. And that's why I'm really excited to be standing up this Bitcoin operation this summer. All the plans are already in place, all the power. We've been working with the electricians, the electrical engineers, and the utility company, and we're getting 2 giant transformers. This is going to be an opportunity for me, and with you guys as well. If you want to get into Bitcoin mining, like I said, go check it out. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so anyways, just wanted to bring you a little bit of information on Bitcoin, where I can possibly see the price going to be going, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. If you guys are interested, if you want to learn about TA, how to do TA like I do, go buy my book. It's on Amazon. It's about $11.30 right now. Really cheap. Made it that way on purpose. This is not something I'm like, oh, we're going to charge $50 for a book. No, that's ridiculous. Really cheap. You can get it on Amazon. Got great reviews. You're going to find all the patterns, technicals, and charts that I use and to try to trade crypto the right way. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. And remember, it's all about the TA. I'll catch you guys in the next one.